So we are on day 3 of our Holy Week videos. Yesterday we had Lois talk to us about Jesus washing the disciples' feet, and we're going to carry on our story today. So we are going to look at the Passover meal with Jesus and his disciples. Now this is in John chapter 6. So if you go halfway through your Bible, you'll find the New Testament, and then if you keep going, you should come across the book of John. Now in the book of John, you have to look for chapter 6, and under verse 51, you should find the story that we are looking at today. So, Jesus was having a Passover dinner with his friends and with his disciples.
What does Passover mean?
Well, Passover was a tradition that the Jews did, and it reminded them of their ancestors and when they were freed from slavery. So, at this meal, Jesus also mentioned that someone would betray him, which we'll come back to later. But we're going to focus on the meal part of this story. So, Jesus had things that he used for communion. Can you remember what he used?
Was it salmon and crackers?
It was not salmon and crackers.
Damn it.
So, Jesus had bread and wine. Now, everyone had bread and wine in their house. That was just what everyone had. And it was an everyday food, and everyone had it.
Like I eat cereal and milk every day.
Exactly. That would be like the disciples having cereal and milk, because most people have cereal and milk in their house. So we have bread, which represents Jesus' body, and we have wine, which represents Jesus' blood.
Why would you want it to represent his blood?
Well, it sounds a bit strange, but back in the Old Testament, you weren't allowed to eat anything with blood in it because they thought that's where life came from. So it kind of looked like Jesus was disobeying God, but actually it shows that Jesus is life, and that he brings life to us, and that he is the life in the blood. And we have communion that reminds us that Jesus lives inside us and that he is the true life.
Amazing. So, should we do a craft?
Great, that sounds like a great idea.
What are we doing today?
So we are going to make this story of Jesus having a meal with his disciples. So first, you will need a piece of paper or a piece of card, and all you need is some pens and some scissors to cut the card with. So the first step is to fold your card in half, and you want to fold it lengthways. So just like that. And then you're going to get your scissors, and you're going to make 2 cuts in your card. One over here, and one over here. Now, what should happen when you open it up and push this through is that kind of looks like, and we fold it down, it kind of looks like a table. So, after you have done this, you will need to draw Jesus and his disciples at the table. So that's what me and Lois are going to do now. And I'm gonna colour in my table as well. I'm gonna make it a nice blue table. So once you have done that, you should have something that looks a little bit like what me and Lois have. We've got our disciples, and they are having a meal together with Jesus. So you can colour in the bottom, colour in their background. You can do way more than what me and Lois have done. But what do you think we can take away from this story, Lois?
Well, you said the bread and the wine represents Jesus' life. And so what we can take away is that Jesus lives inside of us. So we can take communion as a reminder that he is inside of us and that we need to live that out and live like Jesus.
Exactly. So we want our actions to be like Jesus as much as we can. We want to be really kind to people. We want to show them love. We want to take care of them. And that all comes with Jesus living inside us and us asking him to be a part of our life.
Yeah. So how can we put this into practice this week, Lauren?
Well, I think I'm going to start off by praying to God and asking Him to be in my life. I want to pray that I can be like Jesus, and for Him to be in my actions and in my words. So I think that's what I'm going to pray to God this week and try and live out.
Amazing. And I think you guys can do the same. What do you think? We should all have this challenge together.
Cool. So that is the end of our craft and story for today. We'll be back tomorrow carrying on our story with a new craft. So we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.